What's going on, everybody? I'm bringing you episode 18 of the OSA Journey of Being an Athlete again. This week was a deload week. Kept my speed and agility and power exercises or workouts at the same. I did change the variations of what I was doing. The strength was a deload, so going that 5x5, but at 50% of your max. So just taking care of the body a little bit, resting. And then week 19 is bouncing back into, or episode 19 will be bouncing back to week 5 of the training program. And then before we dive into episode 18, which is week 4 of the new training program, just go check out my boy Terrell Horton on Instagram @_ONO_SET_GO! Does amazing work. He's the instrumental music. Let's dive right into the video.
So to hop in for day 1, I actually got some hill sprinting. I was on spring break, so I had a little more flexibility on, getting my speed work in and my plyos in. So I went to the park nearby my training facility and did some hill sprints. I did 8, stuck with that 8 because then I did 4 each leg. So that starting leg is my push-off leg. This is going to work on your acceleration. It's going to work on that drive phase. I like to actually stay leaning forward the entire sprint. As you watch, I kind of come up a little bit, which is going to have me hit that wall. I want to keep that drive, dig through the ground, push through the ground the entire way up. Again, this was deload week, so I just went in for my hex bar deadlift. This was 5x5, and I just did 50%, which is 185. I was at the OSA facility, so I just got in some seated cable rows here. This was 4 sets, 10 reps. I had to kind of play around with the weight there. You can see I got some weight stacked. I did 110. Again, at the OSA facility, I don't have those grip where I can do the neutral grip pull-ups. So I did a neutral grip pull-down, and I did 4 sets of 10 reps. I also did 110. I then went into a cable face pull. This was 4 sets of 10 reps as well, and this was 80 pounds. So just aiming for the forehead, keeping elbows up. Then went into my core, which was hyperextensions. Again, had to play around a little bit. Like at my house, I have the wall where I can put my feet, so I kind of just had to use the ground here and just be as careful as I can that I don't lose my footing and flip over. This was, again, 3 sets, 20 reps like it has in the previous past couple weeks, but I held 20 pounds here this time. I added the weight. I was at 10 pounds last week, but this week I went with 20 pounds as I did the hyperextensions. This has been a game changer for my lower back. Before going into this training program, I was experiencing a tightness in the back or just weakness in the back, and this has really helped me there. Then day 2, hopped into my speed work, and I went with some back pedals, going up a gradual incline here, a little faster on this second round. So that was 2 rounds of back pedal. Then I went into broad jumps. I did 4 rounds of broad jumps going up the hill. Again, this is my driveway. This has just got a gradual incline. Max jumps here, jumping as far as I can. 4 rounds. So for the next exercise, I changed it up. I actually am jumping with 1 leg and then landing on 2 going up the hill. This was 2 sets of each leg, so two rounds with the right leg going up, and now two rounds with the left leg going up. Again, jumping with 1, landing on 2, just for that safety purpose. You want to make sure we're just landing on 2, especially going up a hill. Here. Beautiful day to get some training in, so I had to take advantage of that, especially on my spring break. School's almost out, so I'll be able to get some even better content out during the summer, going to the parks, whether it be hill sprints again or different exercises going up the hill at the park, just longer sprints at the park. And then I just finished with one sprint each leg, just seeing how I felt going up my driveway. Got into the main lift, which was that bench press, which was 5x5, 50%. This was 115 here. Then I went into board press, again staying at 5x5, 115, just with the board press here. Then went into incline press, keeping the dumbbells together, 4 sets, 10 reps. This was 55s, touching the chest back up. I then went into dumbbell bench press, had to go down to 55 or 50s here, or 45s I believe. Nope, 50. These are 50s here. So that's at 4 sets, 10 reps. Fatigued at this point, especially because of the incline press first. Then to finish, went into dips. Again, I don't have a dip bar, so I have to use the bench press here. 4 sets, 10 reps. And then I went with a 45-pound plate on my knees to add more resistance. Then went into the hanging leg raises. This is 3 sets, 10 reps. I'd like my legs to be a little more straight here. You can tell I got some tightness in the hamstrings. I'm trying to swing those legs as high as I can, past my head if possible, which I'm starting to get there, higher than I was when I first started. So day 3, I actually did the L drill. You'll see this at the NFL Combine, some basketball camps and stuff. Just working on your agility. I'd like to break down much lower here. Again, it was a little wet, so I had to be a little more, extra careful. But I did 4 total L drills. I went to the left, to the right. Yep, definitely need to get lower there. Work on my, lowering my center of gravity. That's going to help me with those transitions, the cutting, and all that good stuff. Yep, terrible cut right there. Try to round it as close as I can. Got to finish through the line. Don't cheat. It's the last one here. Touch with the left. Touch with the left. Now I go left. Swing back around. Again, first time really doing the L drill in the cleats, so just got to do better there. Then for the main lift, went into front squat here, 50% of 5x5. This was 115. Then I did the squat off the pins, where I'm just going up, right back down to the safety rack. And this was also 5x5, 115. Got into the accessories, dumbbell step-ups, held the 60s here. This was 4 sets, 10 reps each leg. Building some muscular endurance here with the hands, that grip strength. And then just working on just whatever. Sorry. And then I was watching my parents' dog this week, so I had Asher with me. He joined me on this workout. He's the best. And then went into dumbbell bench, or not dumbbell bench. I apologize. I went to RDLs here. I don't want to go too far because then you're gonna really start going into the lower back, the glutes and the hamstrings. So once I feel that pull with the hamstrings, I go right back up. So that's what I'm focusing on, is strengthening those hamstrings. 4 sets, 10 reps. I did 60s here. Then I did some hamstring curls with the purple and the green band. This was 4 sets, 10 reps. He wanted to work out with me, so he's laying there with me, getting it done. Then I had side planks. This was 3 rounds, 45-second holds each side. So hopped into day 4. I actually had played pickleball before this workout, about an hour and a half of pickleball. Wasn't able to record, but I went into shoulder press here. This was 5x5, 80%, which was 80 pounds. Then I did it with the pins, again, 5x5, 50%, which is at 80 pounds, going into the pins. So I'm just going right down there, so there's no lowering after you see this below that safety bar, or the safety pins. So I did some upright rows here. This was 4 sets, 10 reps, got the 45-pound plate here. I'm going to fully stretch on the way down. Then I went into some plate raises, keeping my arms as straight as I can. 4 sets, 10 reps, and this was also with the 45-pound plate. I then went into seated rear delt raises. This is 4 sets, 10 reps. Previously, like last week, using the 20s here, really gonna help hit the delts. Then to finish, went into core. Sprinter sit-ups, same as last week. This is gonna be 3 sets, 20 reps. Mimicking like I'm sprinting, opposite arm, opposite leg. So next video will be week 5 of my training program, episode 19. I appreciate you guys supporting me. I'll catch you in the next one.